hanger that you could actually elevate the design. You can hang it, you can feed material through it. Nowadays there's actually really fun coloured cable ties. So you don't have to, you could make it as naturalistic as you want, but you could also use pink or purple or red or multicoloured cable ties to fix this. So you could create something that's very colourful, all just with your mechanics, which is another thing. Sometimes we want our mechanics to be secondary to our dominant factors of floral material. Sometimes we want them to be as dominant as our floral material. So we're going to have a bit of fun with this. So that's going to stay. Oh, it is. Okay, fabulous. So with my net, without how I was problem solving, you can see how it didn't have a disc at the base. But when I was making this, I found that it was much easier to have a small disc at the base and then working up into, so we've got the larger outer circle, we've got the two inner circles, but then I've also got some wires so that we could actually make a base circle as well. And I found that that's much easier to transport and how it sits on the table. It's also a circle, 50, and the number 50 has got a circle in it, and then with a longer wire, I thought we could actually make, if somebody wanted to, you could make the number 5. She says very, very quickly. Have I got this right way around? Probably not. Oh, yes, I have. And then put that there, and that's our table decoration for tonight. We've got a beautiful 5, and that's our wonderful 0. The flowers that I've suggested that we use on this are just something simple. Again, orchids would be beautiful. Don't ask me how much I paid for these.
No. 15? 16.
They've flown all the way from Ecuador, which is not how I usually operate.
Oh, Father Road Museum.
Yeah, I know. The ones, the local ones. And I'm going to gently put, yes, that's a much easier way of putting it in there. But you can see that just having just a simple flower coming across is all we're going to need to finish this off. So, now we know what we're making. How do we start, Mary? Where do we begin our beautiful exercise? Yeah. What I also like about this design is the fact that you can be as chaotic as you like. And at this stage in a Saturday afternoon, when siesta looms, it's quite nice to go a little bit crazy. You don't have to have all of your wooden skewers exactly. You can then just keep adding, and the more you add, the more structurally sound you're going to achieve. So as long as you've got it crossing, we're going to be all right. Sorry, I'm scanning for my... Oh, there. Lots of wooden skewers, because I realised there was a missing component in my list that went out, and it was like, oh no, please. You didn't make sense. Okay, so Spotlight, any $2 shop, you can get these lovely decorative hoops. You can make a teeny one. You can make, this is the size I sort of suggested everyone bringing along. And so we're going to have the 2 hoops on either side. But what you might find is the best way to start. I've left the cable. So quite fabulous, fun, bright cable ties. The smaller ones are possibly the easiest to control. The larger cable ties, you've got a little bit there's a lot of distance that you've got to go through. But the first thing we need to do is attach our base. So what I've done with this, because I only brought the two, using just a piece of wire, galvanized wire, rolled round, and then I've used decorative parafilm. Now this is this is parafilm that's got a metallic finish to it. It's from the cake makers. Is what a lot of the cake decorators use. So if you go into a cake shop, they'll probably sell you a parafilm that looks a bit like this that they use on their stems. So all I've done is taken the parafilm around the galvanized wire to cover the join, and it's also quite sticky. It also ends up with a sticky finish, which we can use to our benefit. So cable tie in one hand. It does start to be a bit fiddly to start off with, but once you're on your way, it gets easier. You can leave your cutting of your cable ties to the end, or you can cut as you go. Now I'm going to take you to a certain point, but then it's up to you. It's a bit of problem solving on your own personal design. So it's like, you might just keep adding the wooden skewers and the cable tie, and you'll get to the desired amount. Okay. Okay, so we got that one there and that one there. And now you can either add your, well, what's the idea is that we actually create a bit of distance between the front and the back. So we haven't got a flat design, we've created a design that's got depth down at the center point. I'm actually going to cut off those excess pieces of wooden skewers so that we've actually got a circle down at the base as well. So repetition of form again, we've got that circular shape, we've got the circular shape down in the lower center point as well. Okay, I think the best thing to do is to start, and then I can come around and help people and problem solve it with you. Yay! Thank you very much. I can't wait to see what you make.